Hello, I'm Gil Zilkha. Welcome to Essential Classical Music. This video is taken from my larger video on the consensus reference recordings of the core classical music repertoire. Not my choices, but rather the collective critical consensus that has filtered down through the years, across generations, across continents, to which you have also contributed. And if you agree with my choices, or if you think the consensus lies elsewhere, as always, feel free to comment, and I hope you enjoy it. All right, now we come to Handel and his orchestral masterworks, the Water Music and Music for the Royal Fireworks. And just like with Bach, you have the question of modern instruments, and then you have the period instrument revolution, and was there a modern reference? Did it get replaced, and so on. I think in this case, just like with the Brandenburg concertos, the version from Trevor Pinnock with the English concert is the one that just barely, with all apologies to Christopher Hogwood, I think that Pinnock is the one that has gotten the most praise and has managed to eclipse as well all the modern instrument versions that came before it. So I'm going to go with Pinnock for this one. And then for his choral masterwork, The Messiah, this is a question, again, we have a lot of great modern instrument versions. Beecham is one I could have easily gone with. And then in the period instrument field, you have again Pinnock and again Hogwood. But I'm going to say that I'm going to center on just one for this one. That's the one that kind of came in between the others as sort of your modern instrument scaled down version that really caused its sensation when it was released in the 70s. And that's Colin Davis. I believe it's the London Symphony and Chorus. And this one, it's sort of a perfect middle ground version between the modern instrument and the period instruments. And I think by a small margin, because there's so many highly regarded versions of the Messiah, I think this one can be called the reference. And next, let's talk about Handel's operatic masterpiece, Giulio Cesare, Julius Caesar. Baroque opera is sort of late to the party among operas compared to, Italian romantic operas, but it's really, especially in modern times, become much more popular. And for this opera, we had a fabulous version from the 60s starring Beverly Sills. But for this one, there's a recording from the 80s that I think has held sway enough to where it can be considered the reference, and really a good gateway to Baroque opera in general. And that's with the one conducted by Renee Jacobs, with Jennifer Larmore as Cesare and Barbara Schlick as Cleopatra. It's with the Concerto Cologne. Period instruments, of course, and just a really iconic Baroque opera recording still to this day. Although there's a lot of really good versions the last couple of decades, coming out. I would say in general, there's that question of, can you have a modern reference recording as if it's something that's impossible? Well, no. I mean, no, it's not impossible. You could have a recording of the Beethoven Ninth that came out today and was just so universally overwhelming to people that it eclipsed all that came before it. In theory. In practice, it's just a little bit harder, but particularly so with the romantic repertoire. I would say if there's one bit of repertoire that, I would say the Baroque and the Renaissance especially is an area where the modern ensembles are the ones who sort of are really the most innovative and have the best chance of giving us a modern reference. And so even something from the 80s, which is now almost 40 years old, that's considered a modern reference recording. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, I hope you'll also take time to click the like and subscribe buttons. And with that, I want to wish you all a great day and happy listening.